Jets, Giants, joint practice, a whole lot to talk about. And of course, we got a game this weekend. So we're going to talk about the now and then take a little preview of the future. Back to the future. No DeLorean, just Boy Green and Wudi. Let's go after the intro.
Can you guys help us get a jet chant here? Yeah, going.
Oh.
Okay, right, yeah. Come on in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go!
J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets! Let's go! J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets! Let's go! There you go, Wudi!
Third Party Thursday.
Chris joining us here on the program with a capital P here on the program.
Jake Asman, come on down. How you doing, good sir?
Wow, what an intro. I mean, Boy Green is known for having the intro, but Wudi, that was unreal, man. Thanks for the kind words, son.
We are men of many names.
My favorite Austrian Jets fan right there, baby.
Boy Green
meets Wudi. Welcome to another episode of Boy Green Meets Wudi. It is your boy James Wudi. You already know we are Wudi, rocking everywhere. Now right here I like this green. All right, I like it. Yeah, and he is the boy who became king. My God, please allow me to introduce Mr. Paul Esden Jr. Getting those electrolytes. How you doing, my good sir?
Oh, I'm fired up, Woodster. Come on now. This is typically the dress rehearsal before the season. Jets, Giants, what we're going to see. And I didn't think about this till we, on the Manshot Show Boy Green Digital channel, my radio show that went digital, we had a Giants insider on the show who covers the team. He's there every day. It's Ed Valentine. And he said that, basically what I just said, that it's normally the dress rehearsal for the season this point in time. And if it is for the Jets and Giants, he did the math and something like before these same starters that would probably not be playing the preseason finale shoot back up again is in 22 days. And I went, damn. So he's just talking about how much cold turkey time there's going to be, if that's true, if the starters play. That's not been determined by Brian Daboll or Aaron Glenn for that matter. So we're going to find out on Saturday. But that's an interesting thought that it's at least 22 if they play this weekend. And if they don't, it's a month essentially between playing. And I hadn't thought about that in that way. And I was like, damn, hot damn. So again, part of the debate structure that could happen here on the program. So I'm excited to be here, Woodster. It's a lot of fun. And, you know, I think we should start with some breaking news, Wudi, here on the program. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Wudi, I told you that once we sold the tickets, it was done. I'm out of the ticket business. God bless anyone who's in it. You know what? You can have my real estate because it's over. It's finished. You know, throw the flags. It's, you know, the race flag. I don't really know. I don't watch racing, but someone probably does that. It's over. We have sold every ticket in our section, Wudi, for Jets Cowboys section 228A. The book is closed. The info is over. Our tailgate is locked in for Jets Cowboys section 228A, week 5, Sunday, October 5th. Shout out to Yo Holmes, who had a buzzer beater last second purchase right before Boy Green meets Wudi today. And he has claimed the last spot in our giveaway. We have no more to sell. It's over. It's finito. And thank you to all the fans, Wudi. Who would have thought when we both said, you want to do one of these games together? How many people could go? Sell out? I would have never thought that was possible to sell out the ticket lot. So thank you to the fans. And it just has me fired up, Wudi. We're still, another month and a half away, but that's incredibly humbling.
Absolutely. Appreciate. Shout out to everyone who purchased a ticket. Extremely exciting. I was okay just watching it, with Boy Green and the fam, but nah, we about to, the more the merrier, and we about to have a grand old time with everybody. And for those of you who got a little nervous, talking about, damn, Boy Green selling his real estate, it's not goodbye to the ticket selling business. It is merely see you later, like next year. Okay. So I would say definitely not a retirement but just we gotta enter the offseason. We chilling right now, but definitely that October 5th, mark it down. Jets, Cowboys, holla at your boys, tailgate, food, Chef Kevin Gilbert. I mean, come on now. I mean, you've seen the menu, you've seen so many different things that are about to take place. It's gonna be a great time.
I can't wait. It is going to be awesome. And that's well said, Wudi. I'm glad that you mentioned that it is, not a goodbye. It's a see you later. We hope to do this every year moving forward. And there are several people that reached out and then the timing didn't work out and they said, hey, I'd love to come next year. And I'm like, well, guess what? We hope we're doing this every year. So we hope that we can welcome in all of those people that reached out as early or as late as today, reaching out and saying, oh, can I make it work? I got something going on. I want to do it next year. And hey, I hope that we're doing it, like I said, every year moving forward for a very long time. So thank you so much for the interest. It's super cool. Same as Wudi. Me and Wudi watch it together. There was a few other Jet fans that we recognized and knew, Snowballs, and I don't want to name people. I'm going to miss people, but we were cool to just watch it with ourselves. So it's awesome that we have 60 screaming New York Jet fans that are coming with us. So it's going to be an awesome opportunity. I can't wait, Woodster. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Definitely going to be a fantastic time. Like I said, that menu, Chef Kevin Gilbert, I got my eye on it. Then some games, select drink. We got some stuff. We got some stuff, man. So it's
we do. Look at this, and we just need to work Wudi into this picture coming up in a month and a half of getting Chef Kev, Wudi. And I don't know the height on Wudi. I don't know which side you should be on for the singular bar, so we could keep that train rolling there. We'll see where you fit appropriately, Woodster. But there you go. Me and Chef Kev at the Cloverleaf Tavern. I got to meet Chef Kev. He gave me a tour of his very beautiful restaurant. He gave me a food recommendation on the menu. Said, Paul, I want you to try this. I said, yes, chef. Okay. And tried it, and it was terrific. It was a bacon fusion burger, which is not on our menu for the tailgate, but it was on the menu at his restaurant, and he just did a wonderful job. He took really good care of me and my family. So I am happy to announce another ticket to this event that got sold out. Chef Kevin Gilbert's wife is now joining us. And not only is she just joining us to enjoy the wonders of the tailgate, apparently Chef Kev's putting her to work. She's going back with them behind the grill with Chef Kev Jr. as well. So it's going to be a family affair. So awesome to hear that Chef Kev is bringing his wife with him. She's, I'm sure, the beautiful matriarch to the Gilbert, empire, which is going to be awesome. So that was cool to meet Chef Kev. I can't wait. That's going to be pretty cool. Yeah. Wudi, we've said it for a while when we've announced the menu. I was going to put it up on the screen, but, people have seen it. That there's going to be water and select alcohol. Badshaw apparently is a Jameson guy. He's like, we drink a Jameson? And apparently that seems to be the drink of choice.
Yeah, I mean, we already know. We've like you just said, we talked about it a lot. And for you, Mr. Badshaw, of course, there's gonna be Jameson. When we meet, all right, we gotta pour one out, right? Get some Jameson, and then that is when the winner will receive the money from the loser.
That's true. By that point, we will have known that for basically a month. So that should be quite interesting when we're waiting for all that hoopla coming up a little bit later on the program. Wudi, can I just ask you something real quick? So here it is. This is the recommendation that Chef gave me at his restaurant. Okay. It's the bacon fusion burger, and here's the full thing: a blend of fresh ground beef, ground bacon, topped with pepper jack cheese, fresh made guacamole, and applewood smoked bacon on a toasted pretzel roll. This is what Chef Kev suggested to me yesterday. First up, before I say anything else, you read that and you say, what? Is there anything that you wouldn't like on this? Is there everything you would like? What's your reaction to this bacon fusion burger on the Cloverleaf menu?
Tremendous.
So you wouldn't adjust a thing?
I would not.
Okay. So, and so Chef came over. So the waitress was taking our orders. I had not met Chef yet. And Chef came up in the middle of me ordering mine and said, oh, well, what's he ordering? And she said, well, we were just in the middle of it. He said, perfect. Boy Green, my recommendation is this that you're currently seeing on your screen. I'm like, okay. And then he waited there like, so are you going to accept my recommendation or not? And I'm like, ooh, like if I don't accept your recommendation, that would be, a stain on everything that we've built together here. So I said, I'll take it. But quick challenge flag here. Can we take off the fresh made guacamole? I don't think so. But the rest of it, sure. Guacamole, we slide that off the plate. He's like, okay. And then we put it in. And Badshaw's giving me crap out there because he said, BG, I know you said it when it had guacamole on it. You're taking that off, you plain ass. Hey, man. Hey, I like what I like. But I tried new things. I've never had pepper jack cheese in my life before. So it was a delicious dish. I just, guacamole.
Damn, this is the first time having pepper jack cheese.
Yeah, I've never had pepper jack cheese in my life. But it was delicious. So there you go.
So do you like eat the same thing every day? Is that
basically? Yeah. Well, because again, when you find what you like, why stray off the path of righteousness and light? You just know what you like, and I'm never disappointed. I know exactly what I like. Boom, 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 boom. You follow the path. Yeah, pretty simple.
Simple is the correct word. Yes. But nice. Yes, we will have Jameson. I think someone said shots with BG. I mean, I feel like BG. He'll be watching. He'll be looking.
Yeah, I might dabble for a one-time maybe peer pressure. And you guys get me to do it once, but like I ain't going crazy. I'm not a big drinker, so I'm sure people would love to see that Boy Green version after dark, but maybe a different time, perhaps.
Hey, yo, chill. 1 o'clock.
The thing is, me and Wudi got some activities to do as hosts and all kinds of things. There's a lot of meat and potatoes I'm going to have to do. I'll be enjoying a lot of it, but there'll be a lot of activities and things I'm going to have to be doing. So I can't get too turnt, as the kids say, with the capital T. That may be getting a little crazy. So I can't be doing all that. But I hope you guys all enjoy it and enjoy all the festivities we'll have. I will tell you this. I think I told this to Wudi off air. Chef Kevin Gilbert has taken it as a personal mission to kill this tailgate. He wants to do it all the time, but he talked about how much pride he has of absolutely nailing this for you guys. And I shared the same message to him that's very important to me. If I'm going to do this with Wudi, if we're going to do this on a year-to-year basis, there's only one way, or I don't want to do it at all. And that's all the way. And I mean that. That's not just some sales pitch on the back of a t-shirt. That is 100% true. The only way I want to do it is if we can do it right. If we can't, I don't want to do it because I don't even want to stain the name of attempting to do it. So me and Wudi are taking a lot of great pride in this. We're putting a lot of effort and energy we have for months, but that's what I'm excited about. I think people are going to have a wonderful time. So there's a quick PR plug for the wonderful tailgate. But no plug, because all the tickets are sold out. So I don't know what the sell job is. I got no more tickets to sell. So if you're interested, well, I'm sorry, folks, you missed out on that window. But it should be a good old time. So Wudi, let's use that as best as we can to transition into the Snoopy Bowl. Giants personnel people inside the building have told me they don't call it that anymore. So I said, but I'm still going to call it that. So what should the Jets and Giants do here, Wudi? We've talked about it. Brian Daboll has not revealed if he's going to play his starters. AG has not revealed if he's going to play his starters. And now we have these two, AG and Brian Daboll. We got the two coaches of New York. What should they play their starters? I guess we'll start there.
I think if you have heard me speak about anything at any point in time, you should know my answer to that question. Should I just throw it back to you? Just a quick get, like a yes or a no. Like, do you think I would vote yes or no?
Yeah, I think you would vote yes.
Yeah, of course. There's no question to me. Get those guys out there, just more meaningful reps with the crowd, with referees, and all that jazz. I saw a clip yesterday, and the caption of that clip was, Abdul Carter, is wrecking the Jets offensive line or something like that. And in the play, I'm watching the footage, right? I see the caption. Now I'm watching the footage, and of course he's in the backfield, but Justin Fields rolls out, throws a nice ball to Tyler Johnson, and I'm like, I can't believe that went unnoticed. Who captioned this? Who captioned this video? And I put that up on my story on Instagram, and I got a couple people being like, the only reason why that happened was, he stopped, sprinting at Justin. This would have been a sack. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Let's actually see it. Let's see it with the like I said, the crowd, the refs, the pads, everything. And of course, I'm not saying, the whole game. What we saw from the Jets, what they did against the Packers, what everyone was satisfied with that. And I would want to see a very similar vein of, okay, let's get some reps. Starters were starters. And then of course we trickled down the line, and eventually, you guys can re-fall in love with Donovan Edwards again.
Yeah, that's right. Here, I'll throw this up on the screen. I told you I spoke with a Giants insider this week, talking all things New York Giants, but also obviously Jets training camp joint practice. That's a bigger tongue twister than I thought. I'm going to throw this up on the screen. This was Brian Dable's exchange with the media today. Brian Dable was asked about playing as starters against the Jets, and he says, quote, "We have an idea, basically, of what we want to do. We'll do our meetings at the end of the day and make our decision on what we're going to do. We'll do what we think is best for the team." Okay, so a whole lot of nothing burger there. But from what I've understood, that's his modus operandi when speaking with the media. Now, to use context for the first preseason game, as Ed Valentine from Big Blue View, who this tweet caption is from, he says, in Saturday's preseason opener against the Bills, Russell Wilson, the first team offense, played one series. Same for the Jets, by the way. The frontline defense played roughly the entire first quarter. So that was much longer than the Jets defense played, if I remember correctly. I'll have to go back and see what the final numbers were. So that was what they did in preseason week 1. This is the Giants. I'll be curious what they do in preseason week 2. Now, typically, Wudi, I think we talked about this on the show. And by the way, shout out to Yo Holmes, who got that last ticket. I see you in here. So shout out. Good to see you in here in the chat. When you do the joint practices, normally you don't play the starters in the game. That's normally how it works. But Wudi, Ed Valentine said it with us that there is a massive gap of time if they play this game and then don't play again until the opener. So you really don't want them rusty, and we should try to figure out why not get him out there. Like, if AG's not afraid of injuries, as he's certainly said on multiple occasions, at least get him out there for a bit of time. And maybe the right answer is the entire first quarter.
Damn. I'm not even saying that. The entire first. I mean, of course, if it happens, I'm not going to be, mad or anything like that. But again, we saw what happened against the Packers. I thought, in terms from a rotation standpoint, everything looked good. You definitely know the answer to this better than me, so I'll pass it back to you briefly about Brady Cook. Is he out?
Yes, so I appreciate you reaching out for this. Brady Cook had his foot stepped on at the practice that I was at, and it looked not good. I'm going to be honest. I missed the initial footstep. I just saw Brady Cook recoil and just was like going back. He was doing like a backpedal, and it seemed like he was yelling. And he tried to put weight on his foot, and he immediately went, "Ooh, can't do that." And then immediate medical people came over, and I'm like, "Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, what does this mean?" And he ended up being carded. Shout out to Dan Leberfeld of Jets Confidential. He got the video of Brady Cook being carded into the team's facility. So it's still up in the air. There's no official designation. We know Tyrod Taylor, Ty God, he out for the entire preseason. So Justin plays whatever he plays. We could debate that in terms of starters. Then you got Brady Cook, who maybe, and then you have Adrian Martinez. So, hey, Shedeur Sanders in that Cleveland Browns game, I don't know how many other quarterbacks got in there. He might have played that entire Browns game because of all their injuries. I don't remember if that's 100% true, but he definitely played a majority. So maybe they do that with some Martinez action after Fields. That could be possible.
That's a lot. That's a lot of, my guy. But hey, he's my guy, though. Adrian Martinez. I love seeing him play. So if that is the case, I won't be too mad about that. Yeah, I think the starters should play. They need reps together, and it would be nice to see, Fields, or just it would be nice to see, the team just have another drive. I'll say that.
Yeah, it would. Because, how encouraging was it to see Justin Fields and the offense? Again, we were talking about, predictions. What are we going to see, Wudi? How long are the starters going to play? I said, man, if you get a touchback or whatever, and the Jets starters just go right down the field, bing, boom, bam, score a touchdown. I said, boom, that's all she wrote. That's all you need to see from the starters. It's exactly what we saw. A good mix of run, a good mix of pass. My boy Tanner Angstrand, who I was also chilling with, my boy Tanner Angstrand. We are now incredibly close. I consider him a close personal friend, Tanner Angstrand, obviously, and he clearly does the same. I would say as we were going, sort of through this process here with the offense, I would love to see it one more time. Let's do a discount double check, baby. Let's bring them all back down the line. And here you go. Here's my close personal friend, Tanner Angstrand. They're on your screen. That is us together. And no, it has not been Photoshopped. The height is as the height is. And he was cooking. He was cooking out there. Woody, I know they don't do a lot of game planning for the preseason, but I like what I saw from Tanner Angstrand. So cook me up another drive like that where it mixes beautifully the run and pass. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm all in.
Well, I mean, you were saying a quarter, so I don't know if we're saying the same thing, but yeah, they definitely got to go back out there. I would love if the Giants starters are also out there.
Yeah.
Just to get those reps for the O-line, right, going against what we agreed was one of, if not number one, in my personal opinion, number one defensive line, and then for Fields, because in that situation, even if the O-line was the best in the league, best versus the best, you're going to get pressures when you're going against the best defensive line in the league. That's just what it is. So just seeing how that affects things would be nice. It would just be nice to say, get a little look-see. He did have a decent amount of time, right? He had that nice safety blanket of Andrew Beck that I just kept seeing Mason Taylor in that same role. And how quickly would he be able to get there with Abdul Carter in that backfield?
For sure. Now, I want to clarify because you're right. I just spoke out of both sides of my mouth, but that's not what I meant. So, when I say I want to see a touchdown drive again, I don't mean that's all I want to see and then get him out of the game. I just mean I want to see another well-orchestrated show that lightning didn't just strike in one place and then, oh, okay. So Tanner Angstrand only had one of those in there. It'd be great to stack back-to-back weeks of terrific opening drives because those in theory are supposed to be your scripted plays, the ones you're working on in practice throughout the week. So this is a great test of like Tanner Angstrand's preparation of getting in a game. Now it's we only saw one drive and he was out last week. So, and it's preseason. So you don't see how they build, but that's another thing. I hope we get multiple drives, Woody, because what are in-game adjustments? Okay. You cooked up the first 15, 20 plays of a drive. You go through the drive, you score a touchdown. Great. Now what? Because, I hate to bring this name up, but Adam Gase, one of his calling cards was he was really good at opening scripts. All the time the Jets would have long drives, field goals, touchdown. You're like, whoa. But the rest of the game was the problem. And, well, the rest of the game is the majority of the game. So that's where we ran into some issues there. So I'd love to see how Tanner Angstrand counterpunches, right? You do a great opening drive. Okay, you could script it. But can you, like, in-game, all of a sudden the defense start throwing this at you? How do you respond to that? That, to me, I think, would be fascinating if we're able to do this. So a couple of things immediately here. A lot of questions here. On your channel, Take Flight Talk, DLW says, damn, bro, how tall are you? And I'm 5'3" on a slanted hill. Thank you very much for asking. Danger Zone speculated 6'8" versus 5'3", I reckon. And that makes me feel slightly better that we think Tanner Angstrand is 6'8" in this photo. Mark Sachetti says, swag in the bags. Yeah, I got like a duffel bag size bag here. A lot of people said, wow, that's bigger than your torso, Paul. Yes, those are the bags the Jets gave out in the team shop. I will say I got a Jets football because I wanted something if I ran into players to autograph. I didn't really have anything else to autograph, so that made a lot of sense. I did pick up a lot of gear for the family, geared them up. We got the tailgate coming up, baby. They got to be in full latest Jets team gear. So the wifey got something, the brothers, sisters, everybody got a whole little something action. So all of that was included as well. And just in case, Woody, I brought, because it's NFL rules, we got this bag once you go in and you buy something, but heading in, you need a clear plastic bag that's see-through. So I loaded up 2 jerseys in my plastic clear bag, which was a Garrett Wilson jersey and a Justin Fields jersey. Said, well, just in case I run into these guys, I could go, pow, and maybe get one of these autographed. And that ended up working out. I got to meet Garrett Wilson, and I haven't posted those photos or anything on social media yet, but I will do that in the near future. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Some sweet swag, I will say for sure. Danger Zone saying, any truth to the rumor I was on my tippy toes in the pick? I absolutely want to make this emphatically clear. I'm short, okay? It just is what it is. I've embraced it. I am closer to the Earth's surface than anyone else on the planet. I'm vertically challenged. I am not tippy-toeing anything. I am fine and proud of my height. It is what it is. I'm not trying to do any fake adjustments to get a little bit more different where you go, oh, I won't tippy-toe. Anyone else who wants to tippy-toe, that's on you. Me, no tippy-toes. My fat feet are on the Earth's crust. I want to make that very clear, Wudi. Very clear.
Shout out DLW, man. Just watching the show on Take Flight Talk. Come on now, 3 likes. That is blasphemy. That is blasphemy. Talk to the people, man. Talk to them. Take Flight Talk. Another way to watch this show, and of course, my thoughts, which you guys have been tracking with DNY for life. Appreciate you, right? Consistently talking about the starters starting, right? That's something I've been about. So yeah, all the things that I'm about. You can learn them by being on Take Flight Talk. So shout out DLW. And that was pretty funny. Feet on the crest. So anyway, we looking at this game. Judge Giants, we're both hoping that the starters play. A guy that we didn't see out there. Actually, let me respond to what you just said. Tanner Enstrand. This is one again. I've said this multiple times. The win or loss does not really matter to me. That's not the end all be all for what a great game was, what a terrible game was. And again, if we got to roll the footage back to Robert Saleh's preseason game, the man, he went undefeated like almost every there was only one of his 4 preseasons where he even lost a game, and that did not translate. A lot of you guys in the comments hate Robert Saleh, so I don't care about the win or loss this season. I'm just looking to see things. So, for example, the penalties. I was saying it before week 1, right? And there was a lot. Aaron Glenn said he's addressing it. He's been calling guys out. Boy Green was there in person. With number 57, completely forgot his name, but he took off his helmet and AG was there.
Jonathan, yeah.
So things have been happening. So AG, all right, now it's week 2. Let's see if now there are less penalties with Tanner Enstrand's play calling. We all know it's very common knowledge that the play calling is somewhat vanilla. So being able to what you said, shout out to Adam Gase, because I do remember that time frame a lot. I think we had like 9 straight opening drive scores,
unbelievable,
which was like the best in the league actually at that time.
Right.
I'm not too worried about that right now with Tanner. I mean, regular season, best believe, but right now, I like what he's been doing, and with Adrian Martinez and his ability to improvise, it's been fun. Vanilla play call. If something breaks down, he's been able to make plays with his legs and his arms. So I'm cool with that. I think penalties is the number one thing I'm looking at. Health, obviously, we can only hope that it remains high. And if I can see my guy Mason Taylor up there, I would love to see him in a game.
Yeah, to me, I would be surprised if he's not out there because he was a full participant, unless there was some sort of a regression of some kind, like he went back in the building, all of a sudden he started swelling up or something that we don't know, then I would have no idea why we wouldn't see Mason Taylor. So outside of, I guess, if they don't play starters, I guess then you wouldn't, obviously. But I hope so, because Mason looked phenomenal. And that would be something I would love to see. And that's interesting. Just to go back to something you said way earlier in the show, you said this, Jake Asman said this. He's going to join us on the Man Show Boy Green digital page. I'll tweet that out after the show when the interview drops. But he mentioned something you mentioned too, Wudi. Like, I see Andrew Beck and I'm like, whoa, Andrew Beck. And I'm a dog with traffic, Wudi. A new car goes by, I'm like, ooh, car. You, Wudi, you think deeper than that. You're more refined dog. You see a traffic, yes, but that was that car. Like you're seeing it in the future. Because right, so I see Beck, and I'm just like, oh my god, Beck, that's great. But you're like, hey, that may be Beck today, but that's Mason Taylor tomorrow. I didn't think of that at all. I'm going to be honest. When I was watching the game, I didn't think, oh, look at this. That role is Mason Taylor tomorrow. I'm a very simple man. I was just like, hey, Beck stock up. Look, obviously they got a plan here for Beck. Beck, yeah. But, I like to see that with Taylor. That's very interesting. One other thing I do want to see in the game, though, Wudi, is sort of something you indicated earlier. We saw in the joint practices. It's let's really see trench warfare versus trench warfare, baby. Let's get R5 versus their 4 or 5, whatever fronts they're going to have for the Giants, and let's go to town. Let's truly test, because in practice, right, we can all debate. For those who don't know, I've never been to training camp practice. I said this the other day. When a pass rusher believes he sacked the quarterback, and I put that in quotes because they don't actually sack quarterbacks, and on top of the quarterback thing, it was two-hand touch basically for everybody else. There's no live tackling happening. But when a pass rusher believes he sacked the quarterback, he raises his hand normally or gives some indication of that nature, or rips off his helmet, starts saying, I'm him. Different strokes, different folks there, depending on the player. But most players just raise their hand. But, would that have actually been a sack? Would Justin Fields have escaped it? We don't know. But in a game, because they're coming after you. Now, none of us want to see Justin Fields get smacked across the head, but I would love to see if this starting 5 can rock with the Giants, who I think have the best defensive line in football. So we think this offensive line has top 10 ability. Everyone's 27 or younger. Well, let's prove it. Let's see it. Let's see what's up. And again, if it's incredibly shaky, we can make our observations and things like that. But I want to see it in a live atmosphere. No, raise my hand. No, if you think you want to sack our quarterback, good luck, buddy. Go after him. See if you can.
Yeah. And I'm gonna, just continue with the offensive line talk, because one thing I said before the last game was, we're talking starters and you were just talking starters, but even down the line, when we started talking about, some of these names that I can't even pull up a name right now, because I'm talking about even like after Cole Laval on the depth chart, with those names, if they're still able to create holes, that is what's telling me that, schematically, I think we got something here. And everybody fell in love with Donovan Edwards. Why is that? Because of the holes that they were creating. So shout out to my guy Dano from the Danger Zone talking about these RB carries. Yeah, I think that is something super interesting. I don't think it again, the running away with narratives of, Braylon Allen had 20 yards, Brees had 12, like damn, Trey Brees. I'm not all about that, but I do want to continually see schematic success running the football, and just seeing these guys hit holes hard. Brees, obviously, we talk about that clip, looked like he missed, Grand Canyon, look, like it was a pretty large, so let's see, what these guys can do. A lot of love. I mean, I have, I've enjoyed watching all of the running backs play, and even Kene Nwangwu, I felt like he was good in the return. Not so much as running in the backfield, but in the return game. So I don't even know what's going to happen with that, because our guy Xavier Gibson, I can't really be co-signing him, returning nothing besides something that's been sent to the wrong address. I can't be having him return too much. But with Kenneth, I think he is the best person on the roster to do it. But now with people talking about Edwards on the team, like we're not keeping 5 running backs. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that. So that's another thing I'm looking at, is the return game. I think they had Pritchard out there. He was better than Gibson, but that's a small baseline, or that's a low baseline. So I don't know what we're going to do there.
Here's one note, Wudi, that I had in the notebook, but I never said it on any show, and I've done like a million shows since I've come back from Jets training camp. They are running Kane Guanu way more than I've ever seen him in his entire career. Now, is it just training camp and they need a body and he happens to be the body and that's who they're going to? Maybe. But I noted it because I was just like, up Kane Guanu again. Up Kane Guanu. Up Kane Guanu. And I'm just like, boop, 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 boop. Like he almost had as many carries in that preseason or that joint practice, excuse me, as he's had his entire career combined. He's had like 27 carries in his career. So they've used him mostly as a special teams guy, which, by the way, makes sense. He was an all-pro in that department. But they've been running him around a lot. So I'm curious, is Tanner Engstrand trying to cook here? Does he have a special manufactured package here? And if he does, maybe that goes against the danger zone thing like, yeah, that's cool, but let's just go to the main squeezes. The main characters in the story are the main characters for a reason. We want to see those storylines. We don't want to see the Kane Guanu storyline. We don't want to see the Donovan Edwards storyline. Perhaps you guys want to see that in preseason game number 3 when no one's playing. You can see those storylines. But, there's something to be said about that as well. And just real quick, because I know people join us, come in and out, Wudi, here on the show. We got 200 people in the room, at least on my side. Like the video, hit subscribe, show your support. We're going to be wrapping up the show here in just a minute, but we're streaming live in 5 different destinations, including my 3 platforms, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, Wudi's Instagram, and Take Flight Talk. TFT, baby, all day, every day. # that. All right. Let's see if we can get that trending. Let's see if we can get those juices moving. And Hennessy Heisman asking, are the starters playing? Unclear, both from Brian Dable's side and Aaron Glenn's side. Very non-committal. We'll see what happens. So it's all speculation at this point. Wudi, any final thoughts? Any final nuggets you want to share about this Jets-Giants game? This is our last time that we'll be communicating before the game, before we get to the game on Saturday night.
I just want to say that this comment right here from Tony Alexia is the most interesting comment of the day. That if I had to give an award, most interesting comment of the day.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
I'm not. Hey, and let me just make it perfectly clear that I'm not saying these words. My name is James. Last name Wudi. It's not Tony. But I just wanted to highlight that comment.
For those who are just listening, right? They may be in the other room. Tony Alexio says, "Quote: Develop the Martinez package for franchise quarterback." Fields for backup with a cardboard box emoji. Wow. Oof. Oof. Wow.
I think was that also a package? I'm not even sure. Because like Martinez package. I don't know.
I see. Backup package, maybe. Yeah, I guess it's possible. I will say Martinez was cooking, baby. He was absolutely cooking in the joint practice I was at. I mean, the touch. It's crazy because he's so young. He's like 24. And he's in his 3rd year. So, it just shows you how young he is. You got the UFL MVP in the spring league, and then he's been with the Jets since last year. And the touch passes, a lot of the big-time throws that happened were not Justin Fields. Justin Fields had a few, but it was actually Adrian Martinez cooking with these crazy throws. And I was like, damn. I think he was the one that got Mason Taylor and the one that sent the crowd crazy. That was the highlight of the day.
Sure was.
I can't remember if he was the Tyler Johnson one, but he might have been the Arian Smith one in the Giants joint practice at the Giants yesterday, where he threw it up and Arian went air ball and grabbed it and went down in a contested catch situation. I'm like, damn, Adrian Martinez. Hello, how you doing? Okay, I'm like, whoa, mamacita. So maybe you're onto something here.
You've actually been disrespecting him the whole time.
I have.
So,
Martinez? Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Last year I loved him, but this year I'm in love with a new thing. Again, car, dog, shiny object, the newest thing. And Brady Cook, he's younger. Age. Okay, we could develop.
Just 1 year, 11 months. Don't even make any sense. You literally started this show talking about how you're a simple man. You like one thing, and you don't need anything else. And now here you are doing the exact opposite with backup quarterbacks. But we can always attack your hypocrisy anytime. Doesn't have to be this time. So I'll back up for now, and I'll just come back to that the next time you contradict yourself. But any last nuggets, words, anything about this game? Obviously, it's let's go Jets. And I'm hoping to see another great game of football with not a lot of penalties.
We don't agree on a lot, Wudi. I'm down with that, though. Sign me up. I'm all about it. Less flags, less laundry on the field, baby. Let's bleep and go. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, whether it's my YouTube, at BoyGreen25, or James Woody's YouTube, which again, all Jets coverage at Take Flight Talk. For those that continue to ask about the Wudi 3, we'll have more details on that when we get closer to the season of how all that's going to work. So TBD on all that. Woodster, enjoy the day, my brother from another mother, and we got more coming next week with the I can't believe it, the preseason finale against the Eagles. Wow.
Yes. All right, we gotta show them when we talk about flying, they're talking about fly Eagles fly. No, there's only one flight in the sky, baby. The New York Jets.
That's it. Only one team spells their name correctly, and it's us, not you stupid birds. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. And appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow morning for a Boy Green Daily with Jets historian Bob Lederer. Should be a lot of fun. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you. Peace.